What's going on? So, it looked like James Washington is finally back. After years of waiting, he is back. Well, James, we need a contribution at the third wide receiver position. And hopefully, James Washington can be that third wide receiver as of right now, right? Because the way it's looking, it's not looking likely that Odell is coming, at least this year. Things can happen. He may come. Not ruling it all the way out. But if anything, it looks to be more than likely that he will come next year. So with that being the case, going into the second season, which is the playoffs, we are going to need a contribution consistently from somebody other than Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. Right? We don't need James Washington to go ahead and be Superman and to have 100-yard games. We just need you to be functional and know that if I need my extra to go ahead and make a play, then you can go ahead and make that play. Kind of like the Cedric Wilson type of thing, right? We was kind of comfortable with Cedric Wilson, right? I'm not saying that you got Cedric Wilson or anything, but, because the Cedric Wilson actually just was a good fit, right? What is he doing in Miami? I don't really hear too much from him, right? So, James Washington is a vet wide receiver. He is a proven wide receiver. He has shown to make some plays in the playoffs and in the season. But then one thing is he's always been a complimentary wide receiver, no matter who was in front of him, right? I always say, it's how do you not get a bigger role when you have Chase Claypool and Juju Smith-Schuster in front of you, right? But James Washington in the third and fourth row, like I said, before the offseason, before we signed him, I like it. And now we get to finally see how does this thing fit, right? So, with that being the case, hopefully this solves the third wide receiver problem that we have, right? Because it's like any given day, right? We hoping Tony Pollard can step up one game. It was kind of like by committee. Dalton Schultz, maybe he could be the third wide out today. Or maybe a Noah Brown or something, right? But now if we get James Washington to consistently be that option, whether it be 2 to 4 catches a game or whatever the case may be, that's going to be essential, right? Because it always seems like in the playoffs, somebody that normally doesn't make the huge play ends up making a play. So that's why it would have been nice to have Odell, but it's nice to have some more experience at wide receiver, right? Because we had a whole bunch of inexperience, when we had Gallup gone, right? It was just Noah Brown and then the rest. But now you got experienced wide receivers with playoff experience, and you have 3 of them at the top right now, right? I've still got my eye on Callaway, right? What if we come into the thing where Callaway ends up, being the dude that might can come in and also bring something to the table, right? Even though you haven't heard really nothing much about him. That might could be an option as well, because having Callaway and James Washington as your third and fourth, I believe that can considerably improve the wide receiver position because it gives them experience and it gives them more talent and it gives them a different type of wide receiver than your top 2, right? And James Washington can make explosive plays as seen him, go over the top on a lot of wide receivers, right? He may not be no 4-2 burner, but he definitely finds his way getting over the top, right? He definitely, makes some plays when his number is called. And that's all we need from him. When your number is called, make the play. But all right, y'all. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We up out of here.